I remember driving through Lenawee County in 2021. It was in the summertime, and there were signs, where's Dee Warner?
Justice for Dee, yeah.
Justice for Dee. And here we are coming full circle. 5 years later, we had finally the trial. It's just remarkable how the twists and turns of this whole thing, and the family's gone through so much.
And it's gotten national attention. You know, we're on this email chain with the court administrator, Dateline's coming, Court TV's coming, all of the Detroit stations. So there's a lot of interest in this case, and we've covered it from the beginning.
And with all the publicity it's been getting, is it even possible to get people on the jury that haven't heard? I guess the whole point is maybe get them in and they admit that, like, I have an open mind about the case.
Well, I think that's the misconception, because there's a lot of people, as I post about this case coming to trial, who are saying it's not going to be possible to find people who have not heard of the case. But that's not what needs to happen. It's okay if people have heard of the case, but they need to be able to say that they are unbiased after hearing what they've heard about the case. So the attorneys on both sides need to feel confident that despite what these potential jurors may have heard, that they can make a decision that is fair and delivers justice without bias. That's the big question.
I can't imagine the number of people it's going to require to go through one by one to go through jury selection.
So we have information on that. There are 700 people in Lenawee County who will receive a jury duty notification. So it's an expanded pool. Usually they're not this big. And the judge is also allowing for 18 preemptive challenges. So that means an attorney can say, I don't want this person because they said that they are Team D or Team Dale. Okay. But then they get 18 strikes basically to say, I don't want this person, and they don't have to really give a reason why.
What are the likely questions you'd be asking a potential juror about the case?
So I did request the proposed questions, and I have them from both the defense and the prosecution. And I just brought today some that I think are interesting. Obviously, you have run-of-the-mill ones, like, have you attended any vigils for Dee, or how much have you heard of the case? But here's some that I thought were a little interesting. Do you think, these are the defense proposed questions, do you think all claims of domestic violence are truthful, or might there be some exaggerations? What about someone who is at times checking on their spouse's whereabouts? Do you think that person is necessarily more likely to commit murder? Do you have or live on a farm? Or have you done any welding or know anything about welding or anhydrous ammonia? So those are the defense questions. And you can kind of sense where they're trying to go with this. For the prosecution, do you believe all victims of domestic abuse report the abuse to law enforcement? Do you believe that secretly tracking your spouse is normal behavior? And then one points to the fact that we don't necessarily know of any DNA. Do you believe you must have DNA or other scientific evidence to be convinced a particular person is associated with that crime? So they want to make sure that the juror is going to be okay with not necessarily hearing any DNA evidence.
8 weeks of this trial, is that kind of optimistic?
We're looking at 9, so end of March. Now, for jury selection, we're looking at about 2 weeks, because they are pulling them in, from what I understand, one by one for voir dire. Voir dire means to speak the truth. It's an old French saying, to speak the truth. So this is the whole process of jury selection. It's called voir dire, so you'll hear a lot about that. And they're doing it one by one. And I already told you how many they're calling in.
Mel, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and we want to let you know, too, WTOL has been following this case since the Dee Warner disappearance in 2021. So I want to remind you, if you want to catch up so you're all up to speed before the trial, we've got a documentary-style piece on the case. It's called Hidden in Plain Sight, the Dee Warner story. You can watch it on WTOL 11+. I'll also be posting videos on all social media platforms summarizing every piece and part of this case as it gets underway tomorrow morning.
All right, good to see you.
You too.